Good day, everyone.
Good day.
This is the case of Lassiter versus Miss Lassiter. You're suing Miss Simmons for $1,250 for an unpaid balance on a contract. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And Miss Simmons, you say that she failed to perform. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Talk to me about the nature of this contract, Ms. Lassiter.
Okay, so Mrs. hired me to choreograph this dance for her wedding reception, and she tells me there's going to be about 22 bridesmaids, including herself, and that they're all professional dancers. Right? And we agreed to do at least, 8 dance rehearsals to be properly prepared for the wedding. So the terms were have 8 rehearsals, and then I get the payment for doing the choreography. But somewhere in there, she didn't like what I did, or she felt like they were incapable of doing it.
How much were you supposed to get paid?
$2,500.
$2,500. Was there a down payment made?
The deposit, yes, ma'am.
There was a deposit. What, 50%?
Mm-hmm.
So $1,250?
Yes, ma'am. And
yes. Do
do
you have that contract with you?
I do.
May I see it, please?
Absolutely.
So you're supposed to choreograph a dance. Is this just for Miss Simmons, or was this for Miss Simmons and the bridesmaids?
Yes, ma'am. So it's for the entire wedding party. So it's for Miss Simmons and the 22 bridesmaids.
22?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's a lot.
Actually, this was my very first wedding. My husband and I have been married for 15 years. We weren't able to have a wedding a long time ago. So this was a deal for us, and I had 22 bridesmaids.
So this was like a vow renewal, but your first wedding ceremony.
Absolutely. And I've known Trina ever since she was a little baby. Yes, I'm friends with Mom as well.
So what's the problem?
The problem is, I had explained to Trina that I'm no longer a professional dancer. As a matter of fact, I'm a businessman. I have several businesses, and my bridesmaids are businesswomen, and we take care of the household. We're not dancers anymore. We haven't danced in over 20 years.
Which is why you needed the choreographer.
Exactly, and I specifically said, I need something just very simple, something that is just a little shoulder movement, a little hip movement, and just a turn. But that's it. We were not looking for a Beyonce, first-time show. We weren't looking for that.
So you made up the dance, you got the deposit, and you made up the choreography.
Correct.
No, absolutely no. Didn't make up a choreography. She actually came to the first rehearsal unprepared. And then she started demonstrating very difficult moves that none of us could do. And then she couldn't break it down. So it was a mess, the first rehearsal.
Look.
So hold on. Miss Lassiter, did you come to the first rehearsal with a choreographed dance for her bridal party?
Yes, I did. And the very first rehearsal we had was 2 weeks in advance to the wedding. Now, what the contract says is that we need at least 8 weeks in advance to rehearse so that we could be properly prepared. When I get there, everybody have 2 left feet. It was a hot mess.
All right, here's the contract. Choreography fees must be paid in full 30 days prior to the event. Well, you all were already 2 weeks out, and you just your first lesson.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Because I reached to her multiple times and I could never get through. She had me communicate through the wedding planner.
Actually, when we had our first conversation, I had said to Trina, I'm a businesswoman. I schedule everything.
And so?
And so she didn't schedule it. And so I said, well, can you give us something? So she started sending me these TikTok tapes.
So you were getting these TikToks and you were saying to her, this isn't the vibe.
Not only that, Your Honor, it wasn't her. It wasn't her on the TikTok. She was giving other dancers that were advanced dancers.
This was
one of them did the splits. I can't do that. I told her in initial conversation, I had back surgery a couple years ago. I can move a little, but I can't dance.
So you were looking at you were looking for some choreographed cuteness.
Yes.
For you and your bridesmaids to do what at the reception?
It was the opening dance party for the reception.
For the reception.
Yes.
All right, so Miss Lassiter, did you ever choreograph a dance literally from your artistic imagination?
Yes, ma'am, I did. And it wasn't nothing more of walking, posing, showing her ring, nothing to injure her. I promise you it was something very simple. Would you like to see?
I was just about to say, let me see this dance.
Let's see it. So, we're here. Walk, snap. Swivel, shoulder, ring, and leg. Walk to the left, right, and step, just a little twerk, post,